Welcome to your go-to guide for optimizing your outbound sales process. My name is McKenna. I've been in sales for over 5 years. I've worked at a variety of companies from 2 million in annual revenue to 100 million in revenue, and I review sales tools and have for the past 3 years. And so I'm here to show you the best outbound sales tools to use, how to run an outbound sales process, what I like, what's quicker, what's faster, how to make your team the most efficient so you can just get started and hit the ground running. I want to first talk about when you should do outbound sales versus when you shouldn't, okay? Because a lot of people come to me and they'll be like, hey, I'm going to start cold calling. Like, how do I get started? And I'm like, okay, well, how much is the product that you sell? If you're selling a product that's only $2,000, $3,000, relatively affordable, outbound sales is not for you. That's not an effective way to be using your time and resources. That is really where you should be focused on inbound sales. What is inbound sales? Attracting a customer through content marketing, search engine optimization, social media. Outbound sales is proactively reaching out to customers and directly through phone, email, social media, DMs, LinkedIn messages, all the things, and you're focusing on relationship building and generating leads. Outbound sales is when your industry demands personal engagement. You are targeting higher level individuals, C-suite executives at larger companies, directors, managers, and what you sell is at a higher cost and it has a longer sales cycle. So an example of this would be if you're selling a enterprise cybersecurity solution, very complex system. You're selling specifically to the C-suite, CIOs, CISOs, IT directors. Your price range is probably between $150,000 to $500,000. You have to be very, very targeted in your approach. You can't just run Facebook ads and hope that every security officer sees your ads and books a meeting with you. You have to go out and find them, and that is when outbound sales is absolutely necessary. So, what would I do first? So let's say you're setting up a sales team from the ground up. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to implement a CRM. A CRM is a customer relationship management tool. And what that allows you to do is house all the prospects, all the people that you're going to be reaching out to, manage all of your communication, your emails, your calls, pipeline, right? All the deals that you have going. And it is definitely worth investing in versus trying to manage it all on Excel spreadsheets, which is normally where people start, right? So the next step in being organized and being efficient with your communication is going to be buying HubSpot. Why HubSpot? Why did you choose HubSpot? Trust me, I've used Salesforce for years. When I started using HubSpot, I was like, holy crap. So much better, so much more user-friendly, especially for a salesperson when you can't afford to hire all these Salesforce admins to make it what you need it to be. HubSpot is a lot more user-friendly and designed for salespeople. If you do decide to buy Salesforce, very, very popular CRM in the market, you will have to buy Outreach or SalesLoft to sit on top of it to make it actually usable and user-friendly for you. You're going to be able to track all of your analytics. You're going to be able to automate a lot of sequences, emails, communications. You're going to build out custom workflows so that everything flows from your website into your CRM. And you're going to be able to upload prospects really, really easily. Next is you're going to want a LinkedIn Sales Navigator license. Now, when you are starting to research, you have to know exactly who your ideal customer profile is. ICP is like the SaaS way to say it. Who's your ideal customer profile? What industry they work in? What's their company size? What's their role? What's their geography? And so be very, very specific in that when you're searching for your people on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn Sales Navigator is going to allow you to easily search for prospects in your industry by very specific criteria. You can search by industry, location, company headcount, who's hiring, like growth, all kinds of stuff. And so that's going to allow you to easily find the companies or the people that you actually need to be targeting and reaching out to. How do I get their phone numbers? How do I get their emails? How do I reach out to these people? Very, very simple. 2 tools, 2 options, right? Seamless.ai and ZoomInfo. Seamless.ai allows you to get the phone numbers and emails of anybody on LinkedIn, pretty much. You can see here, I went to their website, you can see their licensing and all the things that they offer. What I like about Seamless is that you can buy it for just yourself. They have an individual user license. You can even try it out for free and get 50 credits, which is 50 contacts to try it out. They have flexible payment options. So this is great for people who are just getting started, getting going. I do have a link to their website in the description box. This is an affiliate link, but I've used them for years. The next one is ZoomInfo. Now this is a more industry well-known software. Not only does it have contact data, but also has intent data. So like who's searching for what I have to sell. This is a little bit more robust, has a lot of company information. It's really easy to import all of that into your CRM so you have your accounts and your contacts. Just keep in mind, this is a lot more expensive of a license. This is an annual contract. We're talking 20,000 plus. Just be aware that if you are just getting started, you might want to start out with this tool like Seamless, and then as you grow or get funding or whatever, expand to ZoomInfo. Let's talk about dialing. So let's say you are going to be cold calling, and that's going to be a huge part of your contact approach. Here's how you do it effectively. So let's say you import all your ideal customer profile, you import them into HubSpot. Now you all have these contacts, these names, these phone numbers, and the emails of everybody that you want to reach out to. A couple ways you can do that. One is Trellus. So Trellus is a parallel dialer or power dialing platform, meaning it will integrate with HubSpot. You can press go and it's going to start dialing through the numbers on that list. And that way you're not having to sit and click to call constantly out of your CRM to be able to make outbound calls. You also should not ever, if you're going to have an efficient outbound sales approach, be dialing off of your cell phone. It's not an efficient way to do it. You need to have a click to call button out of your CRM or a power parallel dialer that is dialing through those numbers. So Trellus, it sits on top of HubSpot, SalesLoft, Outreach, Apollo. It integrates directly with it. It will also record the entire conversation and transcribe it, so you have record of everything that was said on that call, which is super duper helpful. So you don't even have to worry about taking notes. And it'll also even coach you if you're getting objections or things that are coming up on calls. It will actually suggest like what it is that you should do. The pricing also is so affordable. For the power dialer, I would suggest getting the parallel dialer, which only comes in the business license though, because the parallel dialer will allow you to dial 3 numbers at a time, because the pickup rate obviously is going to be extremely low with cold calling from an unknown number. So it is helpful to cold call multiple numbers at a time. And then as soon as somebody picks up, it'll stop dialing the rest of them. You got a conversation with that person. The other thing that I really like about Trellus's business license is that you can do a voicemail drop. So what it will allow you to do, you record a voicemail one time, and then every time somebody doesn't pick up, it drops the voicemail on their answering machine. So that way you're not stopping to leave a voicemail every single time, which is going to save you a ton of time in your day. So highly recommend that. Use it as a little mini marketing ping back to your emails. Now, the other 2 options that I want to make sure I mention, because it's different for everybody, is some people are like, well, McKenna, what if I'm calling office numbers? So every single person is going to pick up every single time because there's a receptionist or an AI agent that's picking up the phone. So I can't just call 3 numbers at a time and use a parallel dialer. Okay, that's fine. There is a company called Monsterconnect, which is a parallel dialer. You can dial 7 numbers at a time, and they're actual human agents on the back end that will talk to the operators for you, ask for the right person, get you through the gatekeeper, and then only if the decision maker actually picks up the phone and actually gets on will you be transferred into that call. So that's only if you are doing a lot of office numbers. You're also looking at a $20,000 plus price point for Monsterconnect, whereas Trellus, if you're just getting started, you're between that $40 to $200 range, right? Lastly, Orum. I'm going to mention Orum. Orum is also a very popular parallel dialer. You can dial 7 numbers at a time, so it's a little bit more heavy duty than Trellus. It also has the automated voicemail drop and some other features for managing a sales team and looking at their dialing analytics and all the numbers. But that is, again, it's better for teams of salespeople where a lot of people are going to be cold calling, and you're also looking at a far different price point. with Orum and Monsterconnect than you would be with Trellus. How are we going to do this? So let's just recap again. We are going to find our prospects. We're going to go to LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find our prospects. This is for if you're targeting, you're selling B2B. You're going to find your ideal customer, what's their titles, their locations, company size, all the things. Then we're going to enrich that data and we'll pull the phone numbers, emails for all those people. We're going to bring all of those into HubSpot. Then we are going to create a automated sequence to go out of call tasks and emails, cold call through that list. So using a parallel dialer or a power dialer, and then automating voicemail drops so that we're not wasting time there. And then again, hitting them with multiple channels, right? So calls, emails, LinkedIn messages. But these are the basics. Get started here. I'll make a second video if you want to get really deep and complex.